Hi guys, Rob with S&S Archery here. Today we're going to talk about a couple new products from HHA. One is a new dovetail mount for the Bridge-Lock, and then the other is a new vertical 3-pin housing called the XV3. First, let's go over the new Bridge-Lock. As you can tell, it is considerably shorter and lighter weight than the Bridge-Lock compatible dovetail from last year. The dovetail is still available, still mounts to the side of the bow, but the top bar, which is the new Bridge-Lock mount, is considerably lighter weight and is going to allow you to mount right up in close to the riser. As you can see, it's got one divot for the Mathews Bridge-Lock mount, where the previous dovetail has 3. To be fair though, with the Mathews Bridge-Lock set screw, you can mount it anywhere in there, but we definitely recommend using that divot. It still keeps the same first axis adjustments that are carried over. And then if you do want to swap out to a pick mount or a side mount or whatever you want, that's still very easy to do with just a couple of screws. All right, now let's talk about the XV3. It's a vertical 3-pin housing. We're very excited about this. Typically with 3-pin housings, I usually recommend that for tree stand or whitetail hunters who aren't going to shoot very far. I usually recommend using it as a single pin with 2 second shot opportunities, just because typically those lower, more distance pins are going to be all the way down in the bottom of the housing, and it's a little bit harder to be accurate at those long distance shots. But with this housing, all 3 pins are adjustable, so you can move all of those pins closer to the center of the housing and certainly make that bottom pin very useful at distance. So I can definitely recommend this housing for anyone, whether it's Western style hunter or whitetail tree stand guy. So let me show you how this pin adjustment works. First of all, you've got a 1/16 set screw, and you can see each pin has its own adjustment on the side of the housing. And I'm just gonna loosen this front pin here. Just a quick quarter turn. That's all you need to do to let loose the set screw. And then to make adjustments, again, you can see each pin has its own adjustment. I'm just going to use this 5/64 hex key. And as you can see, as I turn this, it moves that pin vertically. And you can see I can get that bottom pin really high up in the housing, which I really like. Once I'm done making an adjustment, I'm just going to use this smaller key and lock that down. Pretty easy adjustment. I really like this. Again, I can get those pins higher up in the housing. One of the other things that they changed with this new larger housing is they've changed the rheostat. So on the X1, X2, X3, you still have the rheostat in the front. And as you can see, you do have to turn it a few times to get those fibers exposed. And with this new rheostat, it's in the back of the housing, which cleans up the sight picture. And you just need to turn it over to the side to allow those fibers to get more light. So as you can see, the housing on this XV3 is also a little bit larger than the X3 here. And that's just going to allow you to have a little bit more light when you're lining up with a larger peep. The other thing I want to talk about is our custom pin options. So we've been working with HHA for quite a few years. Love those guys, great company. And with that, we have a close relationship. And so what we've asked them to do is build custom options for us. So for the Nitrix and the Nitrix Pro across the line for this XV3 housing, we've added an option for custom pins. And the custom pin setup that we like the best for a 3-pin setup is a 19 green, then a 19 yellow, and then a 10,000 green on the bottom. And because this housing allows you to get that pin up higher, that 10,000 green pin on the bottom just feels super accurate, especially where you need it at those longer distances. So definitely check that out as a custom option. We try to keep those in stock as much as possible. If you want to just do a stock option, we have those available as well. Typically these will come in 19,000s or 10,000s pins with a green, red, green, color combination. So that's about it for the new Bridge-Lock Dovetail and XV3 Vertical 3-pin housing. If you have any more questions on this setup or any of the gear we have at S&S Archery, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Happy to answer any questions you have, and thank you for watching.